Welcome to Sleep and Learn English from Stories. This is a calm English story to help you relax, fall asleep, and learn English naturally. You don't need to focus hard. Just listen. Let the words flow gently. If you feel sleepy, that is perfect. Your mind can still learn while you rest. Now, take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Let's begin our story. The Lantern at the Quiet Lake. In a small village, far away from busy roads and loud cities, there was a quiet lake. The water of the lake was very still, so still that it looked like a mirror. Every morning, the sky reflected itself on the surface, soft blue during the day and deep silver at night. Near this lake lived a young woman named Elena. Elena loved silence. She loved the early hours of the morning and the peaceful moments before sleep. Every evening, she walked slowly to the lake with a small lantern in her hand. The lantern was old, made of glass and warm yellow light. It had belonged to her grandmother. Her grandmother once told her, "When the world feels heavy, bring light to quiet places. The light will always guide you back." Elena never forgot those words. The evening walk. One evening, the air was cool and gentle. A soft breeze moved through the trees. The stars appeared one by one in the sky. Elena lit her lantern and began her familiar walk toward the lake. Her steps were slow, not because she was tired, but because she wanted to feel every moment. As she walked, she listened. The sound of her breathing, the distant call of an owl, the quiet song of insects in the grass. Everything felt calm. Everything felt safe. When she reached the lake, she sat on a smooth stone near the water. She placed the lantern beside her and watched its reflection dance softly on the lake. A thoughtful moment. Elena had been thinking a lot lately. Not about problems, but about direction. She wondered if she was moving in the right way in life. Not fast or slow, but true. She watched the water carefully. The lake did not rush. It did not try to become something else. It simply reflected what was above it. The moon, the stars, the lantern's light. And Elena realized something gentle but powerful. Maybe I don't need to hurry. Maybe I just need to be still enough to reflect on what truly matters. The thought made her smile. The lantern's light. Suddenly, the lantern flickered. Not strongly, just softly. Elena leaned closer. The flame was still alive, but it moved as if it had a message. The light reflected across the water, forming a small path of gold leading toward the center of the lake. Elena felt no fear, only curiosity. She stood up slowly and stepped closer to the water's edge. The lake remained calm. The reflection of the lantern seemed brighter now, almost as if the lake itself was holding the light. A quiet presence. As Elena watched, she noticed something unusual. A soft ripple moved across the water, then another. From the middle of the lake, a small boat appeared. The boat was simple, wooden, empty. It moved slowly toward her, without sound, as if guided by the light. Elena did not question it. She felt peaceful, as if this moment had been waiting for her. When the boat reached the shore, it stopped gently. Elena stepped inside. The lantern's light glowed brighter, but never harsher. They would journey across the lake. The boat moved on its own. Elena sat quietly, watching the stars reflect in the water. The lake felt endless, yet familiar. Time seemed slower here. She thought about moments from her life, kind words she once received, mistakes she had learned from quiet, joys she almost forgot. Each memory floated by like soft clouds in her mind, and with each one she felt lighter. The boat continued forward until it reached a small island in the center of the lake, the island of stillness. The island was covered in soft grass. A single tree stood in the middle, its leaves moving gently in the night air. Elena stepped out of the boat. The lantern glowed warmly, lighting a circle around her. She walked to the tree and sat beneath it. Here, there were no questions, no expectations, only presence. She placed the lantern on the ground and closed her eyes. She listened to her heartbeat, slow, steady. She breathed in and out. For the first time in a long while, her mind was completely quiet, a gentle understanding. After some time, Elena opened her eyes. The lantern's flame was steady again. She understood now. The lake, the lantern, the journey. None of it was about escape. It was about returning. Returning to calm. Returning to herself. She stood up, picked up the lantern, and walked back to the boat. They returned. The boat carried her back across the lake. The village lights appeared in the distance, soft, welcoming. When the boat touched the shore, Elena stepped out and turned back once more. The lake was still. The boat was gone. But the calm remained. He smiled gently and began her walk home. A peaceful ending. That night, Elena slept deeply. The lantern rested beside her bed, its light now inside her heart. And from that day on, whenever life felt loud or heavy, she remembered the quiet lake. She remembered that peace was never far away. It was always waiting, in stillness. And now, our story comes to an end. If your eyes are closed, that's okay. If you are drifting into sleep, that's perfect. Your mind has listened. Your English has learned. Your body can rest. Thank you for listening to Sleep and Learn English from Stories. If this story helped you relax and learn, you are always welcome to come back. Good night, sleep well, and see you in the next story.